Hello, my name is Ben, and on this YouTube channel I document my own print-on-demand journey. I recently did a video in which I shared the $1 voucher code for Creative Fabrica to get access to the entire website with unlimited downloads for just $1. If you're still interested in that offer, you can find a link in the description which will take you to the Creative Fabrica page where you can then sign up for a month of Creative Fabrica access for just $1. It will renew, I think, after a month for $19, which is really a good price because the normal price, I think, is much higher. And basically you can access all the 3 million files plus which are on this website, many of which are created purely for print on demand and KDP usage. Now, in this video, I want to talk a little bit about licensing, because if you decide to sign up just for a month, you download designs, and then one day you decide to unsubscribe. Can you still use these designs? And they are actually pretty clear on it. However, there are always questions which remain, and I wanted to talk you through that because I contacted Creative Fabrica, asked them the questions that you've asked in the comments. There were quite a few questions actually also about KDP. We're going to take a look at that in the licensing section here, and also take a look at what the guys from Creative Fabrica told me. So when you're on the Creative Fabrica website and you scroll down, you can come here to under links, you can find the subscription license. The subscription license applies when you, subscribe and download. Also, you can find the single sale license, which is when you sign up, but you don't subscribe, but you can still download and buy a pack. Now, if you go to subscription license, we can see the different types of licenses for print on demand. There is the basic print on demand usage license and the full print on demand usage license. So whenever you find a pack of designs on the Creative Fabrica website and it states that this design has full print on demand usage, then you can basically just upload the design as it is if you want to, right? I would always recommend to change it, but if you want it, then you could just upload it as it is. Now, if you unsubscribe, then you can only use, even though it says on the design full print on demand usage license, if you unsubscribe and you're not subscribed to Creative Fabrica, you can only use the basic print on demand license, which is different, which means that you have to make changes to the design. Now, for example, if you're signing up, if you download something from Vexels and you decide to unsubscribe one day from Vexels, you have to take all your designs down that you created with Vexels designs. With Creative Fabrica, it's a bit different. You can actually leave them online, but you have to make sure that the designs actually comply with the basic print-on-demand usage license. So to be clear once more, you can only use the full print-on-demand usage license when you're subscribed to Creative Fabrica. You can use the basic print-on-demand usage license, however, even if you're unsubscribed. So this is quite a bit of a difference, because let's just assume you upload something under the full print on demand usage license, which means that you could just upload it as it is, or you can make some minor changes. All of that would fall under the full print on demand usage license, and you upload it to print on demand websites like Merch by Amazon, and you unsubscribe from Creative Fabrica, then you have to take these designs down because maybe you made only minor changes or you didn't change them at all. However, if you downloaded a design in your subscription period and you created files, in your subscription period, and you created a new design with that, a completely new design, and I'll get to that in a minute, what that means, a significantly different or new design, and you then upload it, then you're basically applying the basic print on demand usage license because you have made significant changes to the design or the file that you've downloaded. And then you can also leave that design online when, even when you unsubscribe. Okay, so I hope that was clear. If it wasn't clear, let's take a look at what they sent me by email. So I have, I'm not showing the entire email, but what they said is, you're right, you can continue to sell designs on your POD store after the subscription ends, as long as the designs were created prior to the end of the subscription and the designs meet our basic POD licensing requirements. In short, to meet the basic POD requirements, the finished design must be significantly different to the original assets that were used to create the design. Simple transformations such as resizing, recoloring, and combining with other pre-existing assets which would not be considered significant changes. It is important that the designer adds their own original design elements to the finished product. This will ensure that their design is distinct from the original. Here's an example, and I'm coming to the example in a minute. I also asked if it's enough to just add text to a graphic or design, and they confirmed it's actually not enough. Yeah, so if you just add text to a pre-existing graphic or design that you download from Creative Fabrica, it would not fall under basic POD, and you would need to take it down after the subscription ends. They just want to ensure that you create significantly different designs. And let's take a look at some examples. If we scroll down here, you can see some examples, what's acceptable, what's not acceptable. Let's just assume you download this pack of graphics, yeah, and you create this here, which is not allowed under basic POD, because you just take one of these elements here and just upload it as it is. That is not allowed. However, what would be allowed, if you combine these elements, add something different to it, plus a text, and that would be okay, because you can see the difference. It is significantly different. There's another example here. You can't just take it as it is and put it on a mug, but you can change it, you can change the color, you can add another text element, and then by just integrating it into a completely new design, that would be acceptable. What they also say down here somewhere, if you are not sure about if your design complies with basic POD, you can always send them an email and they will check. They've got a really good customer support, I find. Now, there are some more examples here also, and we can see that here, that's I think for KDP an example. Let's just assume you download that dog. You couldn't just put that dog onto a notebook and add a text. That would not be okay under basic POD. But what you can do, you can see here, you've got other design elements that you must not have downloaded from Creative Fabrica, but basically you have a unique design that you created maybe on another design tool or with some other designs, and then you add a text and that element and you integrate it into that original new design, and with that you create a completely new design that again would be allowed under basic POD. And also here you can download these patterns. Now, just putting these patterns on a notebook with a text doesn't work, but if you have these, for example, as a background, and that you add some other elements here and create a completely new design, that is fine. But as confirmed in that email, you can't just use other pre-existing elements from Creative Fabrica. I guess you would just, I guess these could be from another website. I'm not sure. That wasn't that clear, but I guess they don't really care. They just want to make sure that you don't just download all sorts of Creative Fabrica designs, combine them, and then you say that is a new design, because it, from their point of view, that would still need to be full POD only. But basic POD, after your subscription ends, you really need to integrate the design elements that you download into a completely new design. I think that's still pretty cool, because what it means is that even after your subscription ends, you can use all these design elements. However, you must have created that design before your subscription ends, well, which in the end nobody can prove really or check, but that's what the rules say. Also here, one more example, actually, what you can see here, you can't just use these as they are and combine them in a different way, but you can change the color, add some other elements, and there you go. That would be okay. As they say here again, if you're not sure, contact them and they will be able to help. So as I said, I still think it's a pretty cool website. As with every website, they have their rules, you know, especially after the end of the subscription period. However, that is just cool that you can still use designs that you've downloaded and leave them online, which on other websites is not necessarily possible. As I said, there are some other websites where you just have to take them down after your subscription ends. From my point of view, however, I mean, I am subscribed to Creative Fabrica and I will remain subscribed as long as I'm doing print on demand, because I've used quite a lot of these designs from them. To be honest, I haven't always done major changes, but I remain subscribed because these t-shirts or products are selling. And as long as they are selling and it pays for the subscription on Creative Fabrica, I'm really happy with that. That will work for me. And they're adding to their portfolio every day. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. I hope that solved or answered your questions. If you still have another question, you could contact Creative Fabrica directly or just post it in the comment section. I can try to find out more about it. Right, hopefully you liked the video. If you did, then please smash the like button. And if you want to follow me on my print on demand journey, subscribe to the channel. Thanks a lot for watching and see you in the next video. Bye.